Today I'm going to read a little verse from Revelations 3:20. Behold, I stand at your door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in to him and will sup with him and he with me. The previous picture is a very famous picture. There are 3 religious paintings most people have in their homes. One is of Mary and baby Jesus. Another one is of Jesus on the cross. And this one of Jesus holding a lantern and knocking on the door. I remember seeing this painting in my uncle's house when I was very little. And to reconnect it with it 60 years later is amazing. The first part of Revelation had Jesus addressing the 7 churches, and this verse is taken from his address to the church at Laodicea. So many artists have painted this scene. We see the loving and concerned face of Jesus, eager for the door to open. Of course, this is figurative, a visual depiction of a loving Jesus knocking on the doors of hearts that are close to him. In the painting, we see the fast shut door with rusted hinges, all overgrown with rank poisonous weeds, which tell how long it has been closed. There stands amid the night dews and the darkness the patient Son of Man, one hand laid on the door, the other bearing a light which may perchance flash through some of the chinks. In his face are love, repelled, and pity all but wasted. In the touch of his hand are gentleness and authority. He, the Son of Man, is asking to come into our hearts, even as the door to our hearts are shut tight. What is he coming in for? I will come in to him and sup with him, and he with me. 3 things stand out here. The suppliant, meaning Jesus, asking for admission. Secondly, if the door opens. And third, the entrance and the feast. Who knocks? Answer, the exalted Christ. What is the door? Answer, the close heart of man. What does he desire? Answer, entrance. What are his knockings and his voice? Answer, all the providences, all monition of his spirit in man's spirit and conscience, the direct invitation of his written and spoken word. Have we ever stopped for a longer moment to realize the sweetness of his love? Let it soak in us and change our whole being. Our Lord Jesus coveted our love and yearned for a place in our hearts. Yet we have stealed ourselves away and frittered our lives away by worldliness or darkened it by sensuality and sin. Christ's hand on the door, what does he bring when he is allowed entry? He will not break the door down. The door has no handle outside. It can only be opened from the inside. If any man open the door, I will come in to him, dwell in him, be really incorporated in his being or inspirited into our emptiness. He will come with his fullness. Into our sinfulness, he will come with his righteousness. Into our death, he will come with triumphant and immortal life. And he, being in us and we in him, we shall be full and pure and live forever and be blessed with the blessedness of Jesus. I will come in to him and sup with him, and he with me. John, a disciple of Christ who wrote this book, who wrote this verse, the book of Revelation. It is the disciple who knew most of what quietness of blessedness and serenity of adoring communion there were in leaning on Christ's chest at supper, casting back his head on that loving bosom, looking into those deep, sad eyes and asking questions which are sure of answer. As John wrote, I will sup with him and he with me. Perhaps he remembered that upper room where, amidst all the bitter herbs, there were such strange joy and tranquility. Remember, when he does come, he comes as a guest. There is another admonition from St. Paul today. When you hear his voice, harden not your heart. Open the door of your heart and let the King of Glory in. This is so beautiful. But we as Christians must stop to think for a moment the sweetness of the communion with our Lord Jesus. John perhaps remembered it because in the upper room, it was John who leaned on the Lord's chest, looking lovingly at the Lord, and the Lord giving him answers. When the Lord said, one of you will betray me, and they asked, who is it? Who is it? And let us stop for a moment amid our busy life, even as we have already opened the door of our hearts to him and he is in us. Dwell on the sweetness of this communion and let us go forward to tell others that they might open the door to their hearts. I hope this has blessed you.